Ukraine minister and children among 14 dead in helicopter crash near kindergarten. Brovary. Ukraine's interior minister and other officials were among more than a dozen people killed in a helicopter crash Wednesday, January 18, near a kindergarten outside Kyiv, in a blow to the war-battered nation's government. Ukraine did not claim direct Russian involvement, but President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said the tragedy was a consequence of the war. There are no accidents at war. These are all war results, Zelenskyy said in English, appearing by video link at the Davos Forum. Officials initially said 18 people died but later revised the toll down to 14, including Interior Minister Denis Monastyrsky, other ministry officials and a child. Dmytro Serbin, who was in his apartment when the helicopter crashed, rushed to help children as soon as he saw flames billowing over the kindergarten. They were looking for their parents, children were crying, their faces were cut and covered in blood, Serbin told AFP. We pulled out one girl. I wrapped her in a jacket, her face was wounded. She did not tremble, did not cry. The child, Polina, was so badly injured that her father did not immediately recognize her, Serbin told AFP. The helicopter carrying Monastyrsky slammed down next to a kindergarten in a residential building in Brovary, a commuter town for the capital Kyiv that was the scene of fierce fighting with Russian forces last year. 25 people were wounded, emergency services said. Amateur footage circulating on social media in the immediate aftermath captured cries in a large blaze. Today, a terrible tragedy occurred in Brovary, Kyiv region, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said on social media. The pain is unspeakable. It was not immediately clear where the helicopter was going. The presidency said it was headed to frontline regions, while Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said it was flying to a missile strike site in Dnipro. Zelenskyy said earlier he had instructed law enforcement to launch an investigation into the circumstances of the crash. U.S. President Joe Biden said in a statement it was a heartbreaking tragedy, calling Monastyrsky a reformer and patriot. We don't have any notion right now as to what caused that crash, U.S. National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told reporters. Britain said, Ukrainians will continue to be collateral victims as long as Russian President Vladimir Putin continues his needless war, while Berlin offered Germany's support in identifying the causes of the helicopter crash. But a series of Russian missile strikes have disrupted power supplies across the country, including in the capital, which prompted Kyiv to renew calls for more gear, particularly heavy tanks and long-range missiles. On Wednesday, NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg said the alliance would provide more support and more advanced support, heavier weapons, and more modern weapons, because this is a fight for our values.